I'm Dolly Renai. Everyone knows we have a subconscious self or an inner self. No one questions that. But you can't see it. You can only believe it's there because we know there's more to us than the mind, that our conscious mind. And some call it, the mind and the subconscious, or they have other ways of explaining it. But when you get into the question of reincarnation, which the Eastern religions believe in, and metaphysics, uh, they say no, you can't see that. So science cannot qualify it. But our incarnations, our past incarnations, some in a cycle, are total. And our past incarnations are are our subconscious self. They're with us. They merge into us, and they guide us and help keep us out of trouble because they're us. They're us with different memories, with the different social ideas, and different ideas, but the same awareness. This is our subconscious self, and we can meet them. We can talk to them, but as they merge into us, then they become us, and we can't. If we want to know what they're thinking at that point, we have to think about what we're thinking, and that is what they're thinking. And the reason that we're on an endless cycle of reincarnation, as you may have heard from different places, the reason for that is because we're, uh, let's see, the reason we're on a different cycle, with the endless cycles of reincarnation, is that we're conflicted with our other selves. We have other selves that are in conflict with us because maybe different ideas, different religion, different philosophy, different customs, and we have to bring all those together in the seventh round of an incarnation, and that's the place where we can break the cycle of incarnation and move on to greater things. Until that happens, we have to keep reincarnating because we aren't ready. We don't see others as us, essentially. And this so that's one fact that it's really terminology that's different. The subconscious self. Okay, we don't have to say what it is. Just like Jesus died on the cross, we don't have to say how this happens that we're saved by that. We just take it on faith, or we don't. So so there are seven within the seven personalities. We're in a physical world. I'm moving on now to the seven planes of spiritual planes. It goes from the emotional plane, astral, up into the lower categorical mind, the mental, creative mind, up to blue, which is the Buddhic or the causal plane, and that's really where you balanced emotions and mind, and you're cognizant. You're telepathically connected in such a higher way that that's intuitive. Because so we are in the physical world. The next world up is the etheric double, and then the astral plane. This is standard metaphysics, Metaphysics 102. So the etheric double is less dense than our world. It's a copy of it. We get the same forms, the same everything, but it's a copy. It's a less dense copy of the more dense physical world. And for us to be able to manipulate into these different realities, so we don't end up suffering and dying and then getting it all at once, coming back. The only way to do that is to quiet the mind and learn how to focus. We can do that now. It's not hard. It's actually pretty easy, but it just takes a lot of time and lived experience by focusing on it, to really start to understand it. So we live in this world. This is the world where there's pain. So the more dense the world, the more you'll feel pain and suffering. The less dense, there you won't, but you start to feel your you're unstable. If you could move too high into a less dense world, you start to wonder if the world's really real, and you might become afraid. You might become disoriented, and that means you move too far up into the etheric double, which is where your reincarnational selves reside. So they're helping you to do this. You can work with them to do this. So we might think of this as a thermostat, where we want a nice, even 78 degrees or whatever it is heat, and we can turn it up or down a little. But if you turn it down too much, you get too cold, up too high, you get too hot. If we think of this as the same way, our denser plane and our less dense plane, we want to kind of keep them balanced, kind of in the middle, so that we're on we're in a solid reality, solid as can be. But then we start feeling pain, especially as we get older and start to move on to the next world. The pain will help you to move on, because once you move into the etheric plane, the pain's gone and you're happy. But in the etheric plane, you'll start to wonder about what's your purpose and things, so you won't really know, and you'll end up reincarnating back into the physical world. So if we can do this without going through this death experience and rebirth, and we can do it by regulating our mind, our focus, regulating our minds, using our mind to regulate, to focus on staying in a comfortable spot, not too dense and not too etheric. And by doing that, and once we know how to do it, we will not need the death illusion. We can let that go, and then we're free. Now we can move up and down. In the etheric world, you don't need to get a job or anything. In the physical world, you need to find ways to gather food and things. So we want the best of all worlds. It's in mind, and it's in our focus. Thank you.